Alright, so hey guys, Oakster99 here, coming at you with another video, and basically today I am bringing you a Raw review of October 7, and I actually went to the show live. It was in Pittsburgh. I went with Devin, and as we got there, Superstar started, so it was perfect timing, and the first match was Justin Gabriel versus Big E Langston. And honestly, this was a pretty fun match to watch. Big E Langston dominated most of it. Justin got some offense in, and overall, it was just a pretty good match. Big E Langston, in my opinion, is a future world heavyweight champion. I think Justin could possibly be a tag team champion of when, Tyson Kidd gets back. And Justin Gabriel went for his flying forearm in the corner. Big E Langston gone with kind of like the big rock bottom in the corner. And he hit the big ending for the win. And then right after that was the Hold on, I just forgot. Was Tamina Snuka versus Caitlyn. This was a pretty good match too. Tamina dominated most of it. Caitlyn got some offense in, starting to come back. Tamina Snuka caught her for a Samoan drop for the win. Then Raw started with Stephanie McMahon coming out, and basically she blamed Big Show for the pay-per-view going wrong. She brought him out, she demanded an apology, and he refused, just making a bunch of jokes, and she just starts going at him, slapping him, and then he says that Brad Maddox just works for them, and he was told to punch Daniel Bryan, and she ends up firing the Big Show, but he's gonna make another appearance throughout the night. Overall, I thought this segment was pretty good. You know, it was just really quick to start off the show, and overall, it's just a powerful segment. Next up, we get our first match of the night. Also, during the commercial break, I'm not sure if this was before or after, but Bruno Sammartino came out, and we wished him a happy birthday, and just showed our respect to him. It was awesome seeing him, but I'll get to that later as well. Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow was our first match of the night. This was a rematch of the pre-show for Battleground, and honestly, I thought this was going to be a great match. It was kind of boring, because Damien, I think he used too many rest holds. Dolph Ziggler couldn't get any offense in. He eventually made a comeback. He outmaneuvered Sandow and then hit the Fameasser to win the match. Like I said, this one was okay. It was good to see Sandow get some offense in. However, I would have liked to see a more competitive match from Ziggler. Up next was Brad Maddox coming out after he got yelled at from Stephanie McMahon. And basically, he just came out and said that it was his fault, and he was going to make it up to them because he was going to book a special guest referee match for the World Heavy... for the WWE Championship rematch. And the first person, I'm just going to go through all of them now, just so I don't have to go through all of them separately. And basically, the first one who came out was Booker T, and he just came out, "Can you dig it, sucker?" saying of how he should be the man to be the special guest referee. You know, he got a decent pop. Bob Backlund then came out, and his performance was just amazing. The crowd wasn't too into him, probably because there was a bunch of younger fans. And then lastly, HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, comes out, and I went absolutely crazy of when Shawn Michaels made his appearance, and he ended up winning the pool to become the special guest referee. The next match was the Six Divas tag match. I felt this was pretty good. Oh yeah, it was between Alicia, Oksana, Rosa Mendez, and they were against Natalya, Eva Marie, and JoJo. This honestly was... Honestly, I mean, it was just for Total Divas. I thought Eva had a terrible performance. She couldn't sell, she couldn't perform any moves. JoJo didn't even get in the match. Natalya tried saving it. She ended up hitting her discus clothesline and the sharpshooter for the win. So that was that. Like I said, Eva Marie needs a lot more work. I would have liked to see JoJo, but that's probably a storyline for Total Divas Season 2. Los Matadores came out, and unfortunately Devin and I missed this match. We had to use the restroom, and you could just hear the Olay chants of when we were walking around. And I ended up watching the match after. And, I mean, it's pretty good, but they've just been pulling out the same matches. I think this is the third time they faced 3MB, and they won all 3 times. For Los Matadores, I kind of like them. I think they just haven't reached of where they need to be yet. I say that we give them some more time, get them in a good feud, and then it'll be awesome. Because El Torito has got the fans excited, and all we need is Fernando and Diego to step it up. CM Punk then came out after Paul Heyman was saying of how he was the best in the world because he pinned CM Punk 1, 2, 3. And then he showed the video footage of Punk low-blowing Ryback and getting the pin last night at Battleground. And then he was saying of how CM Punk cheated. CM Punk came out to a great pop. And then Ryback was saying of how he was scared to face Ryback in a match tonight, and CM Punk said he'd take him on, and then out comes R-Truth, who they've been pushing pretty big lately, and honestly, I thought this match was really fun. CM Punk, got some quick offense in, tagged in Truth got caught, just couldn't get out of it, and he ended up hitting the hot tag. Punk came in, dominating, ends up tagging Truth back in for the scissors kick on Axel for the 1, 2, and there's a rematch set for Friday Night SmackDown for the Intercontinental Championship because of this. And Punk will be facing Ryback at Hell in a Cell. Up next was Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. This match was amazing. I mean, there's the high flying from Kofi, there's the DDT from Orton, there's the power slam from Orton. They took it outside, and ended up, Orton hit the suplex on the barricade, hits a DDT, puts him back in, hits an RKO for the win. 1, 2, 3, and it looked like he was gonna keep beating up Kofi, and then who comes in? Yes! 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 Daniel Bryan comes in to a great pop from the crowd, throws him over the ropes, hits a suicide dive, and he's just going at it, and WWE officials had to break it up. I mean, this segment was just great. Kingston had a great performance, Orton had a great performance, and Bryan just getting the fans pumped like he always does. Up next was Alberto Del Rio. He was trying to, let's say, convince Vicky to give him a better match by flirting, and she comes out saying, "Whoa, oh yeah, I forgot to announce of who you're," well, first Ricardo came out for the match, and then she said, "Oh yeah, I forgot to announce of who you're facing at Hell in a Cell. John Cena is making his return at Hell in a Cell against Alberto Del Rio." and Del Rio's just shocked by this. Ricardo hits an old school roll-up. 1, 2, 3. And Del Rio just goes to a vicious attack on Ricardo to basically write him off of the off air because Rob Van Dam is taking a break from his contract. Up next was Fandango versus Zack Ryder. When Zack Ryder came out, I was very happy to see him, and Fandango came out, and you know how it'd be a competitive match. Fandango basically just dominated him. Ryder got a couple moves in. He hit a broski boot through the bottom rope, and Fandango ended up hitting his leg drop for the win on the back of the head. And basically that was it. Very forgetful match. Honestly, I like Fandango and I like Ryder. I thought they could have put on a better match, but you know, you can only hope. Up next was probably one of the greatest moments of the night. Great Khali and Santino versus the Real Americans. Devin and I we're big fans of the Real Americans. We the people. And basically Santino started off the match facing Cesaro. Swagger and Cesaro dominated him. Santino ends up getting the hot tag to Khali. Khali against small fence in, and Cesaro picks him up for the amazing Cesaro swing. Great move. It was just so amazing to see Khali get picked up by Cesaro, and he ended up winning the match with that maneuver. And then he started swinging Hornswoggle around Santino. Eventually hit him with the Cobra. Khali hit Swagger with a chop. So they stood tall even though they lost the match. Next up was Miz TV. Devin was very excited for this because Miz is one of his favorite guys. And, you know, I was pretty excited for it too. Miz TV is usually pretty good. And then Bray Wyatt's music hit and I went, Devin, this is not good. And so they showed up. Miz actually ended up hitting some offense and then just ran into the back. This basically starts a new feud for Bray Wyatt after dominating Kingston at Battleground, which is nice because I think they'll. I'm not sure if they'll put on a good match, but I'm pretty sure they'll have good promos and stuff. But good build up. Next up was the main event, and this was probably one of the things I was excited for most, because we got to see Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and Daniel Bryan take on the Shield. I was excited to see Goldust and Bryan. Cody starts off, well, Goldust actually started off the match, got some offense in. Cody, and then Cody got in, and basically got dominated for a little bit. Jeez. Oh, man, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, and then he eventually tags in Bryan. Bryan goes absolutely insane, and they just go knocking out each other, and then Ambrose takes in a chair, hits him right in the stomach with the chair, and Triple H said, no, we aren't having another DQ finish. He restarted the match as a no disqualification match, and basically Bryan was outside the ring yesing. Randy Orton comes from out of nowhere, hits an RKO. Rollins puts him in the ring for the 1, 2, 3. Big Show eventually comes down. The Shield tries to stop him. Big Show does like a big row, knocks them all down, knocks out Triple H to a great pop, and that's of how we end the show. But that wasn't it for us, as Daniel Bryan puts on the hat of JBL, wears Triple H's blazer, and says, do you want me to wrestle Randy Orton in this? And then takes it off, throws it at Orton, and they had a great match. There was a mid-air power slam. There was, and then the Shield came down. It was a disqualification. Eventually, Kofi, R-Truth, Goldust, Cody all came down. And You know, it was just great to see them. And then they took the Shield out, and the ref said the match was still out, but he ended up continuing it, which was kind of confusing. So Randy Orton had the pin on Bryan, but the ref didn't count for it. Then Bryan hit a Buzaki knee to finish off the show, thanking Pittsburgh for showing up. I thought this show was just great. I mean, it's nice to see them in Pittsburgh again, and it was just great to have them back. And obviously, I mean, I think it was a great Raw. So that said, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and subscribe for any new videos. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye!